Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Oh, we back 2 on the 10, baby.
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy Nate.
Greedy. Oh, yeah. First, we're going to start out. Hey, clap it up. This is our 1-year anniversary show. Yeah.
Hey, we lasted longer than most y'all relationships.
Ain't that the truth?
52 weeks in the book, baby. And, to commemorate it, we brought a special guest on the show, good friend of ours, good, friend of the show, friend of the Arizona
legend.
Yes. Junior Spivey, give it up for him.
Clap it up.
Thank you.
What's going on?
That's twice.
It's good. Let me introduce you a little bit, Junior. You know what I'm saying? You selected by my D-backs. Of course, I'm repping the shirt today. We're in spring training. We always talk about this kind of favorite time of the year right now. Selected by the D-backs in '96. Of course, part of the World Series team. And 2001
Arizona history.
We actually was there in left field. Left field? Yeah, left field. We were up there. I put my rally cap on. That shit was crazy.
Paul swears that he put the rally cap, and that's what changed.
Y'all won because of me. I'm letting you know.
Well, I'm glad we won. Man.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah. Y'all won because of me. After I changed the vibe of the whole stadium.
So it's a good thing we didn't scalp them tickets that day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But no, you played for the D-backs, the Brewers, the Nationals. He had batting average of 270, 48 home runs. Man, just a baller. All-star in 2002. Woo! Man, I love it. Clap it up again, man. I
Appreciate it.
Man, so like I said, we love that that you're on the show. I know busy man, trying to get you in there. So we just want to thank you for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And man, just tell us how this all started. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited to be here, and glad I can share this moment with you guys. 1-year anniversary, so appreciate it.
There you go. Thank you.
Oh man, it started at a very young age. I was a kid that fell in love with sports. I knew what I wanted to do at the age of 4. I didn't know what sport I wanted to play, but I pretty much knew that I wanted to be a professional athlete. It was just something about watching, professional athletes on television, not only professional athletes, even college athletes. So being exposed to sports very, very early, basically it just took over me, and I knew what I wanted to do. I have an older brother, Curtis, that played football, and I wanted to be like him. So I grew up. My first love as far as sports was football.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to be
what position?
I was a running back.
Running back. Okay.
Converted to a wide receiver. But I played running back. I'm from Oklahoma, so it's a football state.
Yeah, definitely. So. What's his Oklahoma and Texas should be.
Oklahoma Texas rivalry, man. That was everything. Yeah. So I wanted to be the next Billy Sims. We didn't have a professional sport team there in Oklahoma, so University of Oklahoma, the University of Oklahoma Sooners.
Oh, you're a Sooners fan.
Yeah, I'm a Sooners fan. So that was everything. So either you're a Sooner and you're a Cowboys, like Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, there you go.
So were you a Brian Bosworth fan?
Oh yeah, I'm through and through, man. When it comes to supporting the Sooners, so that was my team. So I wanted to be the next Billy Sims. I wore number 20 all the way to high school till I got to high school.
What high school you go to?
I went to Frederick Douglass High School, which is a football basketball powerhouse, not really known for baseball. So I'm probably one of the few that made it out of there when it comes to baseball.
So you played baseball in high school?
I did play in high school. Okay. I was kicked off the team my senior year, but yeah, I did play.
Okay.
You're a baby kid.
Yeah, a man after my heart.
A little badass kid. I think somebody else got kicked off the baseball team on the stage. Yeah, right. Yeah.
He was a coach, man. He was I don't know. I think he felt like I had too much power. Like most of the guys on the team listened to me. So I was being a knucklehead too. Okay. I was showing up when I wanted to show up and doing whatever I wanted.
So you was being Spivey, is what you're saying? Yeah.
No, not really.
You don't hold your words back.
No, I don't hold my words back. It's just that this coach, man, he was just on one, man. And I was at the time I was like, man, I'm going to school to play basketball, so I'm not even really caring about anything, but I love baseball. So, I felt like, I was one of the better players on the team. So, you kick me off the team and we have a problem. Because most of the players on the team were football players.
Okay.
And you only had like 3 or 4 guys that actually played baseball.
Let me ask you this real quick, because you said Billy Sims for
Yes.
football. Okay, so who was your basketball influence, and who was your baseball?
Easy. That's Michael Jordan.
Okay,
man.
okay.
So MJ.
It's Jordan. I enjoy watching a lot of baseball players, from Ricky Henderson to Eric Davis, Darryl Strawberry. It was just a lot of guys in the '80s. The players that came in the '80s, man, that we got a chance to see and witness. They were unbelievable, man. 5'2" guys that did everything. They steal bases, hit home runs, played good defense, had arms, man. So they did everything. So I was just really intrigued and fascinated on how they played the game, and that kind of patterned my game after those guys. And Pete Rose was one of the guys.
Hustle.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so let me ask you. I'm from the Bay Area, so I grew up as a little kid going to Oakland. 6 years, 7 years old, watching Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky's first person from Bay Area, popping his collar,
Yeah.
and everything.
Rick was the guy, man.
So do you talk in third person like him?
No, I'm talking to third person, but I had the great honor, man, to spend some time with Ricky, when he was living out here in Ahwatukee, and, picking his brain, talking baseball, man. He knows baseball, man. He knows a lot of baseball.
Can I say this? I don't think he gets the credit he deserves for how, when they talk greatest athletes, you always talk Jordan, obviously.
Yes.
You talk maybe Randy Moss. You talk Jerry Rice. I think Ricky Henderson needs to be in that conversation.
Oh, Ricky's definitely in the conversation. That's
Same thing with Bo Jackson.
Oh, no, of course.
Bo is definitely in the conversation.
Okay, then
Like Bo, Deion is in there, but see, with how Bo separates himself from, and look, Brian Jordan played. He was a Pro Bowler and a baseball All-Star. Played with the Falcons. But what separated Bo was Bo's power, man, and Bo's speed.
Right.
We never seen anything like that.
Yeah. Oh no, it was phenomenal. Like I said.
Bo's arm. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You actually took your boy out, Brian Bosworth out.
That's what I'm saying. Like Bo was incredible, man. And to do that at that level that Bo did it at in playing baseball, not really spending the time that's needed to play at the high level, was just incredible.
Can we say this? Is it fair to say? Because I was a youth. I don't want to date myself. I'm probably the oldest person on this cast, even though I look youngest. No, I'm just but there was a time where there was a shift, because I was there for the whole Jordan thing, right?
Yeah.
Nike, the bow nose movement.
Yep.
It was just almost as strong as Jordan.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
could you imagine?
Oh, definitely, man. Bo was everything. I had a chance playing a softball event with Bo, man. Bo is hilarious, man. He's fun to be around.
He's a good cat.
He's a great dude. He was fun to be around, man. He was funny. He cracked a lot of jokes, man. And he was like, that Bo knows shit? He was like, hey, that's for real. Man. I was like, yeah, we know, Bo. We know.
Hey, Nick, shout out Bo Jackson. Please.
I'll shout out Bo, man.
Yeah, please.
Oh, man. But see, like guys like that, that's another guy that I looked up to, because these guys played multiple sports. I played football, basketball, baseball, whatever there was a ball, I was playing it. I was self-taught tennis player. I just did everything.
Oh, tennis.
Yeah, I looked up to Andre Agassi. There's
There's a Nike theme here.
yeah, definitely. So, back then I think Nike did a great job of really marketing their guys. And Tiger and Serena and some of those other athletes that came behind those guys benefited from the hard work that they put in with MJ. What MJ did. So
I agree 1,000%.
Definitely. So what position did you play in high school? You played second base too in high
no,
school?
I didn't actually. When it came to baseball, because before I even get into the baseball thing, I played basketball. So I was kicked off. I didn't want kicked off.
Okay.
So love football.
Right.
Football is my first love. Right.
Okay.
After my sophomore year, football coach Stan White told me he didn't want me to play. He didn't want me to play baseball. He was like, "You're running track," and he said that if I didn't run track, I would not touch a blade of grass at Douglas. Oh, wow. So I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision whether to transfer, leave, stop playing baseball, which was not going to be an option, or just leave the school. So I decided to walk away from football, and that was the hardest decision that I had to make for a young 16-year-old to have to choose like that. And it hurt me, and I was like, well, I'm going to put all my focus into basketball. So I started playing basketball and earned a scholarship to play college basketball, went to Northwestern Oklahoma State University, and ended up leaving that school, walking on at Cali County Community College to play baseball. So when I was drafted a year, I left that school and walked on. I got drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals in 95. 96, I was drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Gotcha.
That's his-
Okay. So and that's why I said I looked it up. I looked up twice. I didn't see the St. Louis. So you got drafted twice.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
how's that work? So
that's the beauty of baseball. Like you
Yeah.
can get drafted. Like my godfather was drafted 4 times, and he was drafted 3 times in the first round.
really.
Yes, out of high school.
So how's that
first-
work? Kind
so
of
you-
explain it to the listeners.
Okay,
How's that work?
so you can get drafted out of high school.
Okay.
Okay, you go to junior college.
Uh-huh.
You can get drafted after your freshman year of junior college. You go back to that junior college. You can get drafted again, and then you can get drafted. Once you go to an NAIA or a Division I school after your junior year.
Really? Okay. So how is it? So if a team drafts you, so just like I think about it playing football is once that team drafts you, they own your rights.
Yes.
So do they draft? So when you got drafted the first time, did that team give up your rights?
They have your rights for a year.
Oh, they have your rights for a year.
For a year, they have the rights for you until the next draft.
Okay.
They have your rights.
And they decide if they want to redraft you or
Well, they
pick
can
up the-
redraft you, or they can sign you.
sign you.
You have to
Gotcha.
elect to. You have to decide if you want to sign.
Gotcha.
Sign with them or not. So if
So when you got signed up by St. Louis,
yeah.
you just they didn't sign you, or
well,
you
the
just
money wasn't
Well,
there
right.
for me.
Ah,
Even
okay.
the
Talk to
round I went in the 28th round, and I was just like, I know I'm better. I haven't played baseball in a while. I haven't really put 100% focus and time into baseball because I was always playing basketball. It was just, after I come out of basketball, I go right into baseball.
Right.
And if I had the choice, in the summer, I didn't play summer ball, not a lot. I was choosing AAU basketball over summer baseball. So I never really dedicated myself to baseball until I got to that junior college where I was able to spend time in the spring, in the fall and the spring.
Okay.
So this is the first time I've ever done that.
So you doubled down on yourself.
I did. I bet on myself, man. And after putting in that time and that work at Cali County, I was like, oh, okay, I think I got a chance. Let me put in some more time, more focus into that. And that summer, after I was drafted, I played summer ball in Kansas and got better. Started to okay, all right, I'm getting the hang of it, starting to learn the game a lot better on a different level. And I went back, put in some more work. I had a better year that year than I did the previous year. And the D-backs drafted me, and I wasn't going to sign. Before that, I signed with University of Arkansas. So that's where I was going to go.
Gotcha.
I was going to go to Arkansas to play football and baseball. But because in baseball, they don't really offer you 100%. You don't get a full scholarship. They offer you percentages. So I had a 70% offer from Arkansas, and in football I was going to take care of the other 25%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Ain't that where our boy David Bear went?
Yep.
Yep. It was
saw
about
Razorbacks.
the same time. About the same time too. That would have been crazy.
yeah. So and then I decided playing that summer. I'm playing for the Kansas City Monarchs, and I'm just like, you know what? New organization, it's fresh. The big league team won't be around until '98. Let me go ahead and bet on myself and take a chance. I'm like, I'll make a name for myself early on. So I decided to do that. And I had guys that were drafted in the first round, second round ahead of me. So I had to go and, make them remember my last name.
So you're talking about Travis Lee?
Well, Travis was my teammate. T. Lee, that was the guy. That was the guy.
see,
But look, Travis played first base, so I was good. I didn't have to worry about Travis.
But he was like supposed to be the poster boy.
No, he was. We called him franchise. We
yeah.
called him Chives.
I remember.
He was legit.
No,
he can
he
flat
can
out play.
I remember.
Flat out play.
I used to own a baseball.
And I remember his first at bat. We're playing in High Desert, so Victorville, California, and first pitch, some fan yelled out, "Hey Travis, let's see that $10 million." Before he can say swing, boom, hit a home run. His first.
Let me say this. I moved from the Bay Area. I was in a baseball card game my whole life, made a lot of money in it. I opened a baseball card store out here. And let me tell you, when I was moving, and I knew I was grabbing Travis Lee's all day, like Travis Lee's and Jake Plumbers.
Yeah.
Coming out here. And yeah, that made
Man, he was the best player that I've ever seen.
Really?
Oh.
Really?
He was at that time, he was the best. Now, once he got to the big leagues, I don't know what happened. I mean, you're going to go through struggles, and
I'd say
I
Hooters
don't know who
waitresses.
changed him, who.
Hooters waitresses.
I don't know who
Scottsdale.
changed him, but it didn't matter in my eyes, man.
Oh, gotcha.
Watching him play, this dude was incredible. He had a sweet stroke, man. His swing it kind of reminded me of Griffey's.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Olerud,
Travis,
Griffey,
he was
Will Clark.
it was more Griffey to me because he just had a smooth swing, and he had a lot of power behind his swing.
No, he was. I think.
And look, I'm not blaming anyone, but
No. Yeah.
in pro ball, man, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know yourself, you start listening to a lot of these other hidden coaches, man, you know, they'll have you thinking you have to be who they want you to be rather than knowing who you are, you know, and I think that's what happened to Trav.
And for people that don't remember, like, again, he was, like you said, he was the franchise. I mean,
Yeah, everything, man. San Diego kid, he was everything. And as a matter of fact, we played tennis against each other. He was a really good tennis player. He played in high school too.
okay, that's what's up, man. I'm glad we.
Yeah.
I'm glad we brought this.
So you
up.
can probably play some pickleball now.
Oh, I play pickleball, man. It's hard on your body, but no, it's fun.
Yeah, I know. My knee aching right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly.
That's because you're old.
Hey,
Hey, watch him out.
first time I played, man, I'm like, ooh, the knees, the back. It was crazy, but it was a fun sport, man. I'm glad I was introduced to it.
So when you're in college, you get offers to play both baseball and football. What makes you focus on baseball among all? Did you think you had a better chance of going pro in baseball than you did in football?
Man, I honestly believe, and this is going to sound crazy, I thought I was going to be the first to play all three. I was like, you had Bo Jackson.
Hey, hold on.
I was crazy. I promise.
Hey, he definitely bet on himself.
No, I really believe that. I really believe that ever
love
since
it.
I was a
Yeah, I
kid.
love
That's
it.
what
I
drove
love
me.
it.
So I
love
feel like, man, when I step out on the football field, I step on the basketball court, I may not be the best, but you're going to have to respect me.
Right.
No matter what. And I wasn't always the best, but I was respectable in every sport. I can hold my own no matter what sport it was. I wrestled, I played, I just did everything. I was competitive.
Would you say baseball is the best sport you were at?
Yeah, exactly. That's a great question. Yeah.
It's definitely the best sport, and I'll explain it. But you know, it was when I got to junior college and I played their best basketball player at Cali County, and he ended up going to Ole Miss. His name was Josiah Darby, 1-on-1, and I put it on him. You know, and the basketball coach wanted me to play. Mark Nelson wanted me to come out for the basketball team. Baseball coach was like, nah. He's like, nah.
Nah, you ain't thinking
He's
that.
all right where he is. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
gonna be
right.
all right where he is, man. So, you know, that was fun. But no, it for me, and the whole Arkansas situation, I mean, that was just to help me, you know, because I didn't have any money, man. I'm coming from Kerr Village, man. We didn't have any money. Both my mom and dad, they made just enough to make sure we ate okay. But outside of that, nah, you know, I don't know. I just didn't want to have to make a choice, man. I wanted to play all three, to be honest with you. So
There you go.
That's crazy. I guess if you're a professional, you know, in sports, you got to think you're one of the best. You know, if you just think you're not that good, you're never going to succeed. So that's amazing. That's a good thing, you know, for the younger generation. You know, you got to have that confidence in yourself.
Well, I think for me, growing up where I grew up, and you had to be competitive, and you had to compete, and you had to put the work in. You're not going to become good. It's just not going to happen overnight. You got to be willing to put the work in. So I put the work on every sport I played. I mean, I put some sort of work, you know, and the rest was probably, you know, God-given, and God blessed me with ability, and you know, it was up to me to do something with it. But I really wanted to play professional football and professional basketball for sure, and
That's great.
as well as professional basketball. Because Michael Jordan, man, hey, I wanted to be like Mike. You know it. We come up in that era. I wanted to be like Mike, so Mike did something to me, man. The way he played the game, it did something. I applied what he did in every sport that I played.
Could you
wanted to
dunk?
have that. Oh yeah, I was in the dunk contest.
Well, he got
Oh, really?
the height.
You got
My senior year, yeah, I was okay. I can get up all right.
Were you 6 foot?
Yeah, I can get up.
Hold on. I was going to say something, but
Yeah, I can get up. I can get up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I did in the offseason. Even when I was with the D-backs, that's how I got in shape. We played basketball.
Really?
Yeah, we
Okay.
played basketball in the offseason.
Okay,
So
definitely.
with McNabb and it was a whole bunch of guys.
I was going to say, Arizona, one thing people don't know about Arizona, again, this is coming from the Bay Area. I get out here. In fact, Paul, remember we used to hit the gyms and stuff? All these different gyms open up. There's a lot of, I'm going to say, well, this is our day, but there was a lot of people that played hoop. Like a lot of people. Obviously, McNabb's well known. I mean, I remember
T. Suggs.
T. Suggs, Sean Marion. I mean, obviously he played for the Suns, but I'm saying like the pickup games were crazy.
Hey, there's even stories back in the day when
Marley and
I was in
brother.
high school. No, Jordan playing pickup when he was spring training here
Yeah.
down in Cactus Park in North Scottsdale.
That's crazy.
Going out playing just down the
Oh,
street.
yeah.
That's kind of the same way you play pickup at Pickle Park.
Yeah. I ain't playing that.
And you know what the crazy thing is, man? Michael Jordan doesn't get enough credit for being a really good baseball player. You know how hard it would be to pick up baseball after you haven't played since high school and now you're 31 years old, and they throw you right into Double-A, where the best talent is, and he was able to steal 30 bases and drive in 50 runs. I mean, that is hard to do. There's a lot of guys that's never done that in their careers. So they don't get the credit because they look at the average. The average is what they think it should have been.
Gotcha.
But for him to do that, incredible, man. So I tip my cap to him, man.
Definitely. Okay, so you get drafted out of college to the
JUCO, junior college.
Yeah, to the D-backs.
Yeah, because at the school I was playing basketball, I got kicked out of school. You know, they took half of my scholarship.
Seems to be a running theme here.
Yeah, exactly. We'll brush over that because the baby kid era is
Wasn't my fault. I'm going to explain. So
Ain't my fault.
I know, right? I was one of 4 freshmen on the team, and one of the football players thought I was messing with his girl, and it wasn't me. It was another guy on the team.
Right.
And so the first party I go to, man, this dude threw beer in my face.
Hell
I
no.
mean, he threw beer in my face, and where I'm from, you don't do that, man. So I beat the brakes off of him. I mean, I beat him up, and I beat him up so bad they thought he was jumped. He got jumped, so he didn't get jumped. And you know, next thing you know, I go back to the dorm room, and the basketball team comes back to the dorms, and they're all, you know, guys. Some guys were beat up and bleeding, and shirts ripped off, and they were going to meet these guys, meet some of the football players at this little bar parking lot, and it was just crazy, man. So, you know,
it spiraled out of control.
yes, it did. It did over that.
woman.
Over that situation.
Egos and women.
Because when I left, right.
The fall of
And
Troy,
and,
baby.
and some of the football players got into a fight with some of the basketball players that were there. So
Sounds like Florida.
yeah, it was a crazy situation, man. It happened for a reason, and they wanted to take half of my scholarship. I told them I wasn't a half a player, and,
Hey.
and I was going out practicing with the baseball team, and the baseball coach, Coach Phillips, man, he's like, I mean, I think you got some talent, man, and don't waste your time. He said, I would love to sign you and keep you here, but I think you have a chance, and would you like to go to school in Cali? I'm thinking he's talking about California. He was like, no, Cali County Community College. I was like, I've never been to Cali before. I was like, yeah, I go to Cali. He was like, no, Cali
Whoa,
County
Cali?
Community College. So that was just unbelievable, and I appreciate Dave and Lefty Burrows, man, for giving me the opportunity to walk on and be a part of the Tiger family.
There you go. Yeah. So you got dropped out of college. Went to
JUCO. Yep.
Then you went to the D-backs. Then you played in the minor league for a while.
Oh yeah. I spent 5 seasons in the minor league. So I was drafted, played here in the AZ Rookie League.
Okay.
Here, and I was promoted to Canada, Lethbridge, Alberta.
Okay. Wow.
That was fun. Yeah. So
how was that?
Hey, it was fun. It was fun. We had a good time. And we lost. I think we either lost in the championship or the semifinals. I don't remember. But we had a really good team, man. We had Kevin Sweeney, who he ended up hitting 400 for us. Wow. Yeah, he was a dude, man.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good players. Jason Conte, I can go on and on, man. We had some good players on that team. So after that, they were promoted. After that season, I went to the instructional league. The next season, I spring training. We had our first spring training in Yuma, Arizona.
Yuma.
Yeah. Yuma.
I've been down there, man.
Yeah, it was
He shit down.
nothing down.
What'd you do, jail time?
Hey, it was bad, man. It was bad. But it was good. It was a
5'10"
good
to Yuma.
experience, man. So played in Yuma. I mean, spring training in Yuma, and then I was sent out to High A, which was High Desert, Lethbridge. Not Lethbridge, Victorville, California. We ended up winning the championship with Chris Spire as our manager, Dwayne Murphy, our pitching coach, man.
Dwayne Murphy, the captain.
Yeah, Murph.
Does he wear his cap straight?
Oh yeah, Murph,
Captain.
man. That's my guy right there. That's my guy, man. He's been with me from day one. He was my manager. He was our manager in the AZ Rookie League.
That's amazing because when you said earlier Ricky Henderson, that was his.
That's his guy.
That was his guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Dwayne Murphy.
So Murph, man. So we High Desert, we win a championship, and the following season we didn't have a Double-A team, so I guess they felt like I wasn't ready for Triple-A. So I go back to High Desert, and then I was sent out on loan to the Tulsa Drillers. Texas Rangers organization, which was we win a championship, Double A. Now I'm in Double A.
Like winning is synonymous with
Telling you,
Junior
man,
Spivey, man.
Win a championship, that was awesome, man. Great manager, good team, a lot of good players on that team. Play with a dude, one of the most talented guys. Ruben Mateo, man, he ended up blowing out his knee with the Rangers, man. Never, like, he broke his leg in half, man, and you never seen him again. It was a shame, but this dude was unbelievable. So Tulsa was awesome. The manager, Bobby Jones, he was unbelievable, man.
Bobby Jones.
Yeah, but it's MF and Bobby Jones.
Yeah, okay.
He was the dude, man. So we won a championship, and the following year, Double A. I was going to Double A, but I tore the ligament in my thumb. Where the injury started. So I'm going to Double A in '99, going to El Paso, torn ligament out of spring training in my thumb. So I was on the DL, had to wait until I come back from surgery, and then I was finally able to come back. And then I ended up breaking my hamate that following year, out for the season.
Hey, real quick, you said El Paso. You ever been to
El
Chico's
Paso.
Tacos?
Oh yeah,
Hey,
without a question.
And my girl's from there, so she's always like, Chico's Tacos, you got to go. So,
Yeah. Oh, it was a spot back in the day.
cool. That's what's up.
Yeah, we did that. So we did that, and so I'm out for the season. The following year, I go to AAA.
Okay.
So now I'm in Tucson, Arizona, man. I'm having a good season.
Playing for the Sidewinders?
Playing for the Sidewinders.
There you go.
Man, spent a lot of time on the U of A's campus.
Yeah, you know what time it is.
What year was that?
We lived, that was 99. That was 2000.
Oh, he was,
No, I was already gone. I was in
He
there.
left 97.
Yeah, that was
I was still there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had a blast, man. 2000. So I'm having a good season. I was on a 40-man roster. I knew I was going to get called up. I just had to keep doing what I was doing. And at the time, I got hurt leading the team, and I was either tied or leading the team in home runs and RBIs. I had like 6 at that time, and ended up pulling my hamstring, and ended up eventually tearing it. Coming back off of it. That was the first time I ever had that kind of injury. So I don't, you don't know. You're thinking, I'm feeling okay. I'll battle through it.
Yeah, put some
And it got
testing on
worse.
it.
No, yeah, exactly. You don't know. You know what I mean? Right. No one told me. I never had to deal with anything like that. So eventually I ended up tearing it, and I rebuilt it that offseason, spent that offseason in Oklahoma, getting it stronger, and never had an issue with it ever again. And I was fortunate because the intern, the PT, the physical therapist that rehabbed my hamstring was an intern when Emmitt Smith tore his hamstring.
So he knew. He was same exact injury.
Hey, man, he rebuilt. Man, this dude, shout out to that guy. I don't remember his name. Shout out to him. And, man, rebuilt my hammy. I go to AAA the next year and got out the gate slow. Wasn't really having a great season, but I was caught up that year in 01. So fortunate that
You're fortunate.
Hey, 01's kind of a nice year, right?
That was that magical season.
Yeah. I was, I felt I was having a better season that season than I did the year I made the All-Star team, to be honest with you.
Really?
I had
Okay.
more, for me, it was just a lot of clutch hits in 01, a lot of big hits.
Right.
Even though the numbers didn't really say, because I hit 250-something, 256. But before that, when I was playing every day, I was hitting over 300.
Okay.
I was hitting 290-something when they benched me. You know what I mean? So it was just like, man, this is crazy. And then, with only 160 or so at bats, your average, if you don't get any hits, your average is going to drop.
And you find that when you don't get as many opportunities, you're pressing more, right?
Well, it's the first time I'm coming off the bench. So a lot of my at-bats now, when you're coming off the bench, you're pinch hitting. You know what I mean? You're getting spot starts or whatnot. But for the most part, I was in a pinch hit role and didn't know how to do that until one of the veterans, Danny Bautista, grabbed me and showed me how to prepare and how to get ready to be a pitcher.
Yeah, because, as a starter, you get to see this pitcher at least 3 times, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as a pinch hit,
Well, you're going to get 4 at-bats.
Yeah,
So,
right.
when you're coming off the bench, you only get 1.
Yeah, right.
And you may not get another one for another week or so.
Right.
Could be 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So it is tough, but it made me, it helped me as a hitter not to give away at bats.
Okay,
When
gotcha.
you're playing every day, you have the tendency as a young player to give away a lot of at bats. So it really helped me minimize giving away at bats.
All right. Well, take us back to this, this 2001 season.
I was just going there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, for us D-back fans, it's our pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? Our expansion team.
Arizona sports fans.
Yeah, Arizona sports fan. And take me back to when did y'all know that y'all had something special in the locker room?
Probably the year before.
Really?
It was the year before.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate it didn't happen the way we wanted to happen because of, for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. We knew, I mean, we had a good team from 99, 2000, 2000. I mean, there were good teams. And Buck Showalter was at the helm at that time. He's managing the team. It just didn't happen. I wasn't on those teams, but I was in spring training, and I knew everyone we had in spring training could play.
Right.
We're good players. Guys, it was competitive. We all got along. We had fun. We cracked on each other.
Y'all had some dogs.
It was incredible. And I would just remember, man, being in camp, and I think it was 2000, and Pete Incaviglia and Bernard Gilkey, Lenny Harris, the big veteran guys that I grew up watching when I was a kid, and Pete Incaviglia going to Oklahoma State, setting all those records, man, and me watching him when I was a kid. So, but the camaraderie was incredible, man. It was incredible. So, we knew in spring training, if we can just keep everyone healthy, we were going to be okay.
Let me throw this in there. Okay, what do you think an owner like Jerry Colangelo meant at that time?
Oh, he was everything. He was everything. He was the reason. He was reason from day one, from '96 on, and
infinity.
Just to infinity. He was the guy, man, that put that team together. I mean, he put together. I mean, great. Everyone got along. That's incredible. That's how hard it is to have.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
Everyone get home, and it was all
egos?
up. No egos. That's what I'm saying. There was no egos. Randy Johnson, because most of the players on that team already had 15 years in.
Right.
They had 10 plus. Matt Williams and Jay Bell and Steve Finley.
Sanders.
Yes, and Reggie.
And
Gonzo, Gracie. Like, look, we had the best bench in baseball.
Right.
And it was just a good group, man, and we had each other's back, man. And when I got called up in June on that team, they welcomed me with open arms. And I'm coming in and I'm playing over Jay. You know how hard it is for, to do that, man, and Jay not turn his back on me, man, and just welcome me and just like, hey, he helped me. Like, hey, kid, hey, this is how you prepare. Do this, do that. So, shout out to Jay, man, for doing that, man. Not a lot of guys do that.
So you had two, let's say, two maybe of the best pitchers of all time on your team at that time with Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling. Did you have to bat against them in practice at all?
Oh yeah, I faced.
What was it like?
I was good. Like, I had success, as a matter of fact.
Actually, I'm cutting.
And I'm not making this up. I really did.
Nick wants to know: did Randy Johnson in the locker room earn his nickname?
I don't know about all that, but he was he was my locker mate. I can tell you that. So RJ was cool, man. RJ was my guy, man, and I enjoyed RJ, man. And he's one of the reasons that when he pitched, I was in the lineup as a rookie.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
When you have guys like Schilling and Randy and going to the manager, like, hey, I want him playing. So whenever
this is
they were
stuff we
pitching,
didn't know. We didn't know this.
Whenever he was pitching, they tell me, hey man, get your rest tonight, dude, because you're in there. So they give me a little heads up, like, bet, all right, let's go. So
No, what was it was it just they liked you as a person? They like your fielding skills?
I think at that particular time, and I think Jay was coming off an injury, he wasn't quite 100%, and they seen the kind of energy that I played with, the youthness that I played, and I had range. So defensively, I think it was more so, man, they wanted me out there for defensive purposes. They didn't care if I hit or not, just as long as I caught the ball. So I think they saw me make some plays early on that rookie year, and I made some web gems, and I was able to, I'm trying to make the team. I'm trying to earn a spot on the team, like just forever. Like I'm trying to stay. So I'm playing balls out every play. Didn't take any plays off. So just the way I played the game and the way I prepared, I think that they saw that, and they saw how hungry I was, man.
Now that magical 2000 playoff run, you go all the way through, get to the World Series. You got the hated Yankees.
To my 2001.
2001.
2001.
2001, sorry.
Yeah.
You got the
After 9/11, by the way.
After 9/11, that's what makes that year such a special year.
Yeah, you got the hated Yankees, but you also got the sympathy story with 9/11 coming to that. What was the team's mentality going into that World Series?
I would say the league. What was the league's mentality going into just playing? Because we were going to strike if if you guys remember. We were going on strike without a question. The only reason why we played was because of 9/11. We had to play for this
That's
country.
an exclusive right here.
Yeah. So, that was huge in itself, the fact that, we had to play for the country. So that's something we'll never forget. I don't have
When Bush threw a pitch?
Yeah, he threw out the first
Forget the
pitch,
politics.
man.
Forget the politics.
Yeah, and he gave everyone the thumb. He gave hey, America. He gave America the thumbs up. And we gonna
He had
be
a good
okay,
arm,
man.
too.
Oh yeah, he threw a strike. And you know what I mean?
Good arm.
He threw a strike. But that year, that's one of the things that makes that year so special. And if you look back at that World Series, we really should have swept.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you said, I'm glad you said that. I wasn't going, listen.
Go look at it.
I argue.
Hey, can we ask BK?
Yeah. I argue
That's
with.
my man. That's my man. That's my man. That's my guy. And remember, I think BK was only like 21.
No, I got
he was 20 or 21.
And a meatball throw.
But see, no, he wasn't no meatball throw. That dude was nasty. He dominated. He dominated.
Until he got to the World Series, they got rocked.
The thing, he was tipping his pitches, so they had his pitches.
Okay.
Outside of that, if you look at his numbers, what he did throughout the season, what he did in 02, what he did in 03, you go look at him, man. I think BK could have been, I think he was on 3 or 4 All-Star teams.
Right.
I believe.
So you're saying he was tipping his pitches?
He was tipping his pitches, and they had his pitches, man.
Gotcha.
Because I think he made the All-Star team, I want to say 01 and 02. Those 2 years, I believe he made the All-Star team.
Because y'all were up.
I think he made it again when he was in Colorado.
Gotcha. Because y'all were up game 3, game 4.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
like, and it was going there, and he gave up the leads in both games. That's why I was so happy when I saw Randy come out that.
Man, don't do my man.
I don't know. I would listen. I knew everything about.
Paul thinks he knows everything.
I don't care. I knew everything about being.
You don't like checkbox.
He wasn't. Checkbox nasty, bro. Anyway,
BK was
Listen.
the most dominant, outside of Mariano, Bean Young Kim was one of the most dominant closers in the game that for the years that he was with the D-backs. Trust me, go back and look at the numbers, go back and watch the video. I mean, devastating,
So if the
nasty.
team got his back like that,
Without a question, that's our brother, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Our brother, that's my guy right there, man. I have so much love for BK, and then, dude, he could barely speak English at the time. He couldn't speak any English, man. Could you imagine trying to go into another country to play, and you can't speak the language, and you're 20, 21 years old?
but guess what?
He was up against, and baby, he's the only Korean baseball player on the team, and all you have is your translator. That's it. Man, I know. I played in Mexico, dude. I played winter ball. And you'll learn to appreciate, your players that play in other countries when you go play in another country.
And your life.
And your life, without a question. Without a question. So, for me, I believe every American player should leave the country to go play winter ball. You'll learn to appreciate where you're at.
Right.
Because you have no idea.
Nick, you should leave
You
the
have
country.
no idea. No, dude,
Go to
you
a
have-
pickle park around the world.
Hey, go. You have no idea. And so I was always fascinated because I played with Vladimir Nunez. Vladimir Nunez.
Okay.
So Vladdy, he defected from Cuba. So on a boat, dude.
Right.
Are you kidding me? So he's telling me stories. He left his family behind, and he was concerned that they were going to kill his family, man, every day, dude. And he's breaking down, crying, telling me this. And A-ball, dude. I'm like, no, this rookie ball. We're in Canada. We're in Lethbridge, and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy.
Does it make you go first world problems for us? You know what I mean?
Dude, it was just unbelievable, man. And I was able to have exposure to his culture, and he was married, and his wife would cook every night.
Really?
You know what I mean? His wife was Dominican, he was Cuban, man. I was just, man, that's my boy. That was my brother, man. So I just think every player, you learn to appreciate those guys, man, that come over here and do it at a high level. Because they got it all figured out.
I mean, the game is so international now.
Oh, without a question.
It's incredible. I mean, just the amount of nationality we have in the baseball right now.
It's global. You see the new league that they're developing over in Saudi Arabia or in Dubai. You know what I mean? They're going to just take off with that league they're putting together over there. It's going to take some time, but they'll have it together.
So
They
with all
definitely have the money, so.
with all the money they throwing around now, you think about coming out retired, you like stretch out and see that
Hey,
hamstring.
I'm available as a coach. I'm coaching now. You know what I mean? I don't know about playing, but I can coach. I can pass on this knowledge that I have.
I got you.
But it takes a while. It's about development, man. And that's the one thing I will say that the Latin players, and especially the Dominican players, have over the American players. They have academies that are taught by former players.
Okay.
We have dads, just regular Joe dads. Not hey, love the dads for volunteering to coach, but they don't have the expertise and the experience that those coaches over in Dominican have, and they have these academies. We don't have any of those academies here in the States, and it's a shame. It's a shame, and it blows my mind, and it kind of pisses me off that we don't have those baseball academies here.
Well,
you know what I mean? And no one will put up the money and kind of help, give us the resources to do that, because there's a lot of former players out here that love the game, that have a wealth of knowledge, and man, what better way to, put them to work and pass it on than to have some baseball academies over here.
Real quickly, I know we were talking before the show, and speaking of coaching, and speaking of influencing, I know you were saying earlier about the game in Arizona, especially
Yeah.
the coaching.
Before we get that, let's talk about going from. So you retired now.
No, I'm unemployed. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Well,
you choose to retire. You know what I mean?
Well, you retired from playing.
I still think. I'm no longer playing anymore.
No, playing. Yeah. You retired from playing, but you have coached after that. You coached with the Brewers.
Yeah, I was with the Brewers for 3 years. Yeah,
Definitely. You were there with
Counsell and
my second favorite player, Craig Counsell. I was a big Counsell.
Counsell is unbelievable, man. This dude is like incredible.
Man, that dude was like the skinny dude that held the bat up like real high, but he would swing. Oh my! I love the way he played
the way he played the game. Like he played the game the right way.
Yeah.
His work ethic is second to none, and he was just a smart.
He was like
player.
this generation's Carney Lansford with the bat.
Man, he was unbelievable, man. Like Counts, man, you getting every ounce. You know where you're getting playing with him. All those years I played with him, I want to say 6 years, because I got to include AAA in Tucson. But he expected and he demanded guys to play the game the right way. You know what I mean? And you appreciate that. And I'm just blessed to come up in the Diamondbacks organization, because it was instilled in us to play the game the right way, to play hard, to be on time. There was just, Mel Didier, shout out to Mel, God rest his soul, man. But I love Mel, and I had guys like that, and I had a lot of good coaches, man, a lot of good people around me, a lot of good players that really poured into me.
There you go. So, like I said, jumping in to kind of touch on where Mitch was going. So, what are you doing? What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm not doing it. I'm just kind of mentoring for the most part. A lot of players, minor league players, high school kids, and just that's basically about it. And I love doing what I do, and I want to get back into pro ball at some point. I have a son that's playing college football. I have another son that's playing high school football, and just trying to make sure that they're prepared. So once they get to college, that it's an easier transition. It could be tough if if you haven't been prepped and prepared.
Well, talk about the, we had this discussion off air. Talk about, Arizona sports and what you see is the problem with it and how we can correct it, and, kind of go from there.
It's you got to do it. The daddy ball situation that goes on, and I didn't really witness this because I didn't have to go through this when I was a kid. I didn't have to really deal with that. So to see it as a parent, and when you feel like there's nothing you can do about it, and it really isn't anything you can do about it. You just have to kind of battle through it and fight through it and not give up, and make sure that your child is prepared, outside of what they're getting at school, because they're not into developing young players. I know from my experience, from what I've seen, but I think Hamilton's new coach and their new staff that they have, they're committed to develop these guys, and that's how it should be. So I'm looking forward to that. But some of the things that we had to deal with, man, outside of that it's unbelievable. And there needs to be a change. There's it needs to be exposed and changed, and hopefully it'll change in the near future. And I'm talking football, basketball, and baseball.
So people don't know, Hamilton's one of the top high schools out here in Arizona.
Actually, in the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Football history.
Yeah, football history.
Every sport, even golf, softball, you name it.
Yeah.
Chess.
It's kind of crazy, living out here in Chandler, that you have so much talent that is pooled out here, which is incredible. I don't know if they still have the open boundaries. I know that was,
They do.
little issue before. So you may get kids that are, coming in from don't live right around in Chandler, but can go to, Chandler and stuff like that.
You can go to any school from your 8th grade to 9th grade. You can choose what school you decide to go to from 8th to 9th grade. And once you do that, if you decide to leave or transfer, you have to sit out half the season.
Okay.
And I think they should do away with that. I don't think that's right.
So you think you should have like kind of the transfer portal?
It should be just like the transfer portal. If the kid wants to leave, let him leave, because in the past, man, these coaches could bury you. If they have something against the kid or if they have something against their parent, they can take it out on the kid.
Right.
And the kid, why sit down somewhere and set the bench somewhere? And I don't care how hard you work and how hard you play to prove yourself. If a coach dislikes you, you're not going to see the field. Or if they dislike your parent, you're just not going to see the field. We didn't leave because, my son, he was committed to stand, and we don't mind a little adversity, a little competition. But when you're better than some of the other kids and you're still not playing, that's a problem.
Hey, I heard how fast your son pitched as a junior?
He's 94. He touched 94.
As a junior.
Miles per hour as a junior.
As a junior in high school, and he did not make the team.
He did not
And
make
when he was at
wow.
Hamilton, he hit 92. I believe he topped at 92 at Hamilton as a junior. Didn't make the team. The coach told him that he wasn't committed, but they had other players on the team. He had other players on the team that played football too.
That's
But he said because he's not committed, like he can't even make the JV team.
Right.
Like what?
Yeah.
Man, this sounds like, Kilmer
you-
Varsity Blues stuff.
Like you got to be kidding me. Like it's just little things like that. And then it's like, oh, don't say nothing because if you do it, this is going to happen. I'm like, well,
Kilmer doesn't
whatever.
like
I don't believe that. You know what I mean?
See,
Like,
coaches, high school coaches got to get off their ego. Just because I'd say most of them weren't able to take it to the next level, and this is
100%.
And this is they got a great knowledge of the game, but they got to let these kids play. You know what I'm saying, and let their ego, check the ego at the door. So.
well, this is what I believe. This is what I see. When I look at how I evaluate a good coach is how many kids are you sending to college?
Right.
How many kids are you helping get into school? You know what I mean? All the way from D3 to Division I. That's what, to me, that determines if you're a good coach or not. I don't care about how many championships you win and all that stuff. What does it mean? If you win all these championships and only 1 or 2 kids go to school?
Well, I think a lot of these coaches it's to build their own ego. It's not about the kids, a lot of times, which is sad. But I have a question for you. So we have a couple of friends of the show that have kids that play baseball that are actually up and coming possible stars. We have Mikey Orbegozo, who's a pitcher for, I forget what school he's at, someplace in Gilbert, Campo. And then DJ Barrett, who, I think he was at Hamilton for a short time, but now he's in, I think he's at Chandler Gilbert.
Chandler Gilbert, yeah.
What advice would you give to those guys? I know DJ's been through some struggles up and down. They're not sure, he's an amazing pitcher, amazing outfield batter. They don't really know where to put him, and that's kind of been his, his struggle is coaches don't know what to do with him sometimes. And then, with an up-and-comer like Mikey, who's, a great pitcher.
Junior.
Junior and, going to be a senior. What advice would you give these guys? They got the world ahead of them, but, nothing's for sure. So what would you tell them?
I would focus on the fundamentals of the game, the mechanics. He's a pitcher. I would focus on your pitching mechanics. At the end of the day, I would find a really good pitching coach that focuses on mechanics. And I don't care about the velocity. I don't care about any of that. But if you got sound pitching mechanics and you develop a pitcher's mindset and mentality, you're going to be fine. I don't care if you're throwing 82 miles an hour. If you can hit your spots and you know what you're doing, you know how to set a batter up, you're going to find a place to play. They're going to find you a place to play. Trust me on that. It's not all about blowing up the radar gun, and that's what a lot of guys, you look on the internet and it's all about, I can throw 100, I can do this, I can do that. That's not what it's all about. It's about the fundamentals of the game. And if you're a pitcher, focus on pitching. If you're a hitter, I would say find a really good batting coach to focus on your hitting. and you find a really good fielding coach. And that's the way to go. I think you just put more focus on the fundamentals of the game opposed to chasing rings and going into travel ball, chasing these rings and being part of these big travel organizations. And they go all over the country and they play in all these different events and you go to all these different showcases for what? If I'm going to go to the showcase, if I'm not going to run what I need to run to open college scouts and recruiters' eyes, what point of doing that? You know what I mean? I just think that they just need to focus on the fundamentals, man. And far too often, a lot of these parents and kids, they're too busy chasing these rings because I'm associated with this organization or that organization. They're going to help me earn a scholarship, and that's not where it's at.
Now, with Ohtani's success in the majors, do you think that there'll be a time where, colleges and high schools try to build up those two-way players that can pitch and bat?
100%, but that's the thing. Some of these coaches never were two-way guys, so they don't understand. They weren't the good athletes, and just like some coaches don't know how to coach good athletes. Yeah. They didn't have speed, so they don't think speed is important. If they couldn't do certain things, so that's what happens. They limit these kids based on their own limitations, and that's the problem that we're running into.
It's a sad world when the egos of grown-ass men affect children.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Facts.
So it's crazy, man, and hopefully it'll change, man. And I think so. I think there's a new wave coming, a new wave of coaches and different ideas and things like that. I think it's going to change, but it'll change for the better. But you have to commit to the work. You can't get there without putting in the work, and that's the thing for parents. All the time, think about all the time that your kids spend on PlayStation, playing Fortnite, playing all these other games. Put that same energy and commitment into getting better as a player. And there's no secret. There's no way around it. You're going to get better. You're only going to get better. It's just not going to happen to you overnight. It's just not going to wake up one day and you're like, I'm good to go. Like, no, you have to put the work in.
Hey, Nick, write this down for your podcast skills.
Hey, we've talked a lot of baseball. I think we should mix it up a little bit.
No, we got to talk. We got to talk about. We talk about food. Food. So let you know, Spivey, we talk about food on here. I mean, we're all foodies on here. Yeah. So our one of our questions to you is, what's your favorite food and which one of your favorite food spots?
I like anything. I love food, so I don't really have a favorite, but I like trying out different cultures' best foods.
Well, if somebody was to hold you down and say, is one food that you have.
Or you got a last meal.
Last meal. What you eat?
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. I may have to go with oxtails, man.
Really? Oxtails?
Oxtail. I may have to go oxtails. It's a good, man. That's a tough question. Yeah. That's a tough question. But
who makes the best oxtail?
It's a place called Mo Bay.
Mo Bay.
Listen. Mo Bay is like a little Jamaican spot it's right outside of Vero Beach, Florida.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Mo Bay Grill. Okay. Oh my God. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the spot.
That's the spot?
That's the spot.
All right, what's your go-to spot in Arizona?
My go-to?
Or a go-to?
A go-to? I got quite a one. It's probably, for
me.
me.
We talking before.
Yeah. I mean, I have some go-tos, but if I had a go-to, would be probably Steak 44.
He likes steak. I like Oceans. Oceans 44.
All good steaks at Oceans.
They do. They got the best shit there, man.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Go there, the butcher's cut Wagyu.
We've now hit our bougie point of the podcast.
That's probably the go-to.
Yeah, that's the go-to steak.
Yeah, that's the go-to. So, like my family, they're more Oceans. Like my son Trey. And
yes.
Kingston, my wife, they're more Oceans than.
Yeah, I agree. Right, even though they're owned by the same people, it tastes different. It tastes way different.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I like the steaks at Steak 44.
Really, right.
But the seafood over at Oceans, man.
I like the steak and the seafood over at Oceans. So,
okay.
Yeah. I just ain't had really good. I don't know. I've been over there 3 or 4 times. And it just ain't quite do it. Yeah, definitely.
So, but look, I'm a big Randizzles fan.
Oh shit, okay.
I'm a big Randizzles man.
Shout out to Randizzle.
Yeah, we've been trying to get Randy on the show.
You got to get him on the show.
Yeah, we definitely got to get him on the show. We're trying to get him on the show. Make sure he brings some burgers with him. So
it's incredible what he's doing, man.
Yeah.
What he need. I don't even know how he's going to be able to do that. But man, I'm sure he could. being a private chef for some people, man. That's he can do that, man. I'm pretty sure he can tear it up doing that.
I remember when this is before Randizzle became a thing, and I remember being in his kitchen and he was cooking for all of us, and them burgers was just off his stove was a hit. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But now he got all the right ingredients. That shit's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, if you ain't had
Following the TikTok name.
yeah, if you ain't had Randizzle's food truck, y'all should
Know
definitely.
what you're missing.
Yeah, it's the best burger I've
No,
had.
it's the best.
Yeah,
burger I've
burger.
had, too.
Yeah,
Same.
it's hands down.
Yeah.
Ain't no Chuck box. I can tell you that.
Why you ain't on Chuck?
I'm a burger guy, so that's.
You ever been to Chuck Box in Tempe?
No,
Oh, you got to go.
Don't go.
Don't listen to
Don't go. Don't go.
They're cooked over open flame. They good.
It's nasty as shit.
good burgers.
I went there. I was hungry as a motherfucker. Think I'm gonna get a. I was wondering how the fuck you fuck up a burger, and I found out. You know what I'm saying?
Paul doesn't like any good food.
I don't. Yeah, right.
His palate's
My
refined.
pals were fine, motherfucker.
This is from the guy that used to think the Burger King quad stacker was the best burger ever.
Hey, Junior, real quick. You ever been to Bianco Pizza?
Yes,
All right,
love
okay.
it.
Okay, so
Do you?
let me tell you this. The first time we were there, after waiting for 3 hours, Paul's all, Domino's is better than Bianco's.
For real. That shit is trash.
I don't know.
That says it all.
That shit is trash. That shit is trash.
I wouldn't say it's trash, man.
That shit is nasty.
Paul's a different palate. Let's just say that.
I'm saying that shit is nasty.
No.
I've been there two, three. See, here's the thing. I always go, if I go there in a place one time and then, it's bad, and I say, you know what, maybe they're having a bad night. You know what I'm saying? So I go back and try it again. If I go back again, and
Maybe
it's
you're
still
having a
trash,
bad night.
Yeah.
If I go, you can't have back-to-back bad nights and shit, motherfucker.
They said, Chris Bianco said the same thing about you?
Shit is trash. Step your game up,
What
motherfucker.
about Little Miss? Little Miss.
Oh, Little Miss
Yeah,
Barbecue.
Best barbecue spot in the
There we go. There we
How
go.
about in the West Coast? Let's be real.
I'm going there next week, so
Yeah.
no trip.
Yeah, man.
You got to go to the original in Tempe, though. Don't go to the new.
Yeah, went off Fourth Street.
We were talking before the show. We was lately on what's it called?
Second
Panda.
Panda. Yeah, Second Panda.
Yeah,
That's
Second
that's
Panda.
a Chinese spot. But
Yeah, I need to try that out.
yeah, definitely. Man.
So good.
But you know what, Junior? We come to the end of the show, man. I just want to say thank you. Nick, give us one
Yes.
more applause. Thank you for making out.
love
like
the show, man.
Like
Love
I said,
what
to
you
squeeze
guys
us in
are
your busy
Appreciate
time.
you, brother.
It's been good. You know what? This is mark our 1 year anniversary. It's been big, man. Like I said, 52 weeks. Never thought we'd get this far, but hey, we here. So let's do 52 more. What'd you say? All right, hey, Lou.
Thank you, brother.
Go to 10. We out, baby. Love you.